Welcome, everybody. It's spring again. Winter is gone. Welcome to the spot, the Stacked After Hours spot. I am your host, Natalie Cosby, and welcome to the show for grown folks talk. I can't talk, y'all. Talk. It's spring again. Montaigne, I wish you could play "It's Spring Again" for Bismarcky. But anyway, it is spring again. Tonight we're talking about sex. How was it? The conversations, how you communicate when it's good, when it's great, before you have it, so on and so forth. So, y'all, this one's gonna be juicy. So, y'all get ready, get your cocktails ready, and keep those fingertips loose because we want to hear your questions and comments on tonight's show. And here at SI, we keep it what? Lit and enlightening. Bring on in Montaigne. Come on, son. Lord Jesus Christ. This is her topic, y'all. She loves to talk about the two-step tango. Hi, sunshine. Happy spring.
Happy spring. It's spring again, honey. Let's make some love this spring. How
You
about
know
that?
what's going on right now? People are breaking up so they can be out in these
Yeah, right?
streets.
It's about to be summertime.
It's about to be summer. They getting their bodies ready. They breaking up with people, all kinds of
Is
things.
that what it is?
That girl, people are blossoming. The blooms are coming out for real. The
Okay.
blooms are coming out. Anyway, so what we're talking about, how was the sex? Anthea, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about that? So how
Girl, when you have these topics, Natalie, I do go searching
of course.
for, information that we can actually have a conversation about. And I'm just thinking, there's a lot of things that people are doing out there that are now talking about that they never were talking about before.
Hmm.
And I know this is, we're talking about if the sex was good or if there is something or some act that you would want your partner to do
Hmm.
and they're not maybe open to do it. And how do you get them to do what you want them to do? And so on. And so Natalie's like, I'm trying to follow her. I'm trying to follow her. Where is this
So
going?
Anthea, let me ask you something. Has somebody asked you how was the sex?
Yes,
What was your response?
absolutely.
What's your most memorable response?
Well, first of all, I'm not in the business of trying to hurt people's feelings.
Girl, if you don't answer this damn question, what they don't know you talking about them, they probably forgot. Or if they did, they're still traumatized,
No,
so
I mean,
crying in the corner. Go ahead.
first of all, if it's not good, you're not going back.
Okay.
And if it's good, don't your body language kind of tell you?
Okay, but Anthea, yes. But some men want to know, how was it?
When it's good, I definitely make sure I let them know. I'm like, listen, that was good. I had the best time. I think we do, you know.
Ah, Ja, you are out of control. He said if you got an ass, it probably you was probably weak as you know what.
He's
Yeah.
right. He's right. You kind of can tell based on body language, like how good it was. I mean, if I'm over there panting and can't get my breath back, I'm crying. There's tears coming out my eyes, and I'm over there like trembling and all that shit. And then you still gotta ask me if it was good. I mean, can't you tell by my body language?
I mean, your nonverbal should tell you, right? The
Yes.
nonverbal and the body language that
Why,
you
why, why do people even ask? Like, are you going around saying how was that for you?
no, I roll over it and either yes, no, I'm never asking that, but people ask. They want to know. Or they even what's funny to me is the communication of the prequel before you even have sex with the person.
Well,
That's the
I agree with you because if you're gonna hype me up and tell me about I'm gonna do this to you, I'm gonna do that to you, and then we get there and I'm like, wait a minute, that you didn't really say that part. and I'm disappointed, then don't hype me up. I agree with you. Don't hype me up. And
I feel like,
I'm not gonna be over here talking about, oh, I'm gonna do this to you, I'm gonna do that. Just let it happen.
and I think some people, I think when people do, there's trauma usually with sex. Like they have not trauma like somebody, the trauma of rejection from the act itself, right? Because we have all these expectations and people put it out there and they're like, I'm gonna romance you or da da da, are you gonna fall in love with this punani? And then they be like, girl or boy,
Punani stand. Listen, you know what's the most sexiest for me?
what?
When people don't even talk about it, or you just never hear anything about a sex or whatever, and it happens and you're like, what the fuck? Like, he never told me that he could do all of this stuff. The surprise, it's the surprise is what's like really sexy as hell for
I
me.
think it is sexy, but I think I mean, look, I don't think there's anything wrong with having conversations to prepare each other. Like, especially if he's like, okay, like, for example, if you're constantly the girl that's like, girl, you better have, I mean, and I know sisters be doing this, you better have 7 inches or more. The average man is 6 inches, ladies, and
Yeah,
maybe a little bit less.
well, let
So
me tell you something. Somebody that's 3, 4 inches can probably do something better than some people with them big old things that can't do a lot. It depends on what you know. Some men with small penis only know small penis, so they know what to do to compensate for, other things. And I'm sure guys with bigger, I don't know what guys with penises do, but I am just assuming that everybody knows what they're working with and does whatever it is to the best of their ability. But
I
there,
just,
but the thing about it though, the thing about communicating is when you communicate, you want to do something that you don't want to do, like anal or
a
toss the
threesome.
salad or something like that.
Yeah. I think especially at this age, I think people are like, I'm 45, I'm 50, I ain't never had such as I've never done anal or I want a golden shower. And you're like, but wait.
Yeah, like
Or,
why you think
I
you're
think
45 to want to fulfill all of that shit?
because they're like it maybe I don't know how many summers I got left. I'm trying to hit all the check boxes that are in my fantasy lunchbox that I've never ever pulled out.
I mean, if you're 45 and never did some of those things, then
But should you
okay.
give I mean,
I'm thinking you should get all of that out of your system.
so if a man, if you're in love with somebody and he's like, Anthea, I want to have a golden shower and have a threesome with another man. You in love with him though. You love this Negro.
So who's doing the shower? I am on him or he's on me.
Maybe the man is doing
All
the, maybe the man is doing the shower on him and he wants that threesome.
Wait,
But he
what?
wants yes.
Okay, that threw me for a loop. So he wants a second guy and he wants a second guy to do a shower on him?
That's all he wants the man to do is do a shower.
Yeah, that's
But Anthony, you googly eyed over this Negro.
uh, not when it comes. Why don't he pee in his own bucket and pour it on himself? Why we gotta get another guy to do that?
Maybe it's a power thing. This is your man with the yacht.
Oh, stop.
I'm telling you,
That's a little out there, Natalie. Maybe
no,
we should.
no, it's not.
It sounds like
Men are
probably
empowered. Men empower like a little
like to
sadistic.
be dominated. I
They
know that.
do, and
I
so maybe that's one of the things. You know what? Let's bring the panel in because
was just about to tell you that. We think we need a panel.
we need the panel.
Warning: the opinions expressed in this program are those of the presenter in their current state of mind, which they have the right to change at any given moment.
That's hilarious that he had to give a warning before. Look at our beautiful panel. Back on the panel, Miss Sexy, Kim Sue Moore, Styles, the founder
Hi.
by founder of Styles by Kim Sue. I can't talk tonight. Next, welcome back, Ron Willis, the author of Nice Guy versus Players, and then
Nice
finally,
guys and players.
is it players or not versus? It's and okay, all right.
And nice
Okay.
guys and players,
Nice
and the
guys
last name
and
is
players.
Wills.
Sorry, nice guys and players. I stand corrected. Thank you, Rom. And then finally, of course, all things hip hop, our fly guy, Brooklyn's finest, Deepox. Deepox.
Alright.
So y'all,
Peace, everybody.
back to hello, hello, hello. So let's before we go into the golden shower and really get deep into the woods on my earlier comments. How do y'all bring up the topic of sex when the first time when before it happens? That that first encounter.
Just let it flow. And sometimes you don't even have to do all of that. Just let it happen because, only 10% of communication is really verbal. If y'all feeling each other, y'all giving each other that look, hey, y'all might just say, hey, let's go back to the place. Or y'all might just start doing something right there. Because to
Yeah.
me, bringing you have to actually sit and talk about it is something that young people might do if they're inexperienced. But if you have experience and you with somebody, y'all feeling each other, y'all giving each other that look. It's just the flow. And to me, that's better because sometimes when you're talking about it, you get too tactical thinking about everything, but you got to go with the flow with a lot of stuff.
I like that. Going with the
Yep.
flow. But what if what if you haven't really been with anybody except your spouse or whatever, and you back out here in these streets, and you got a lot of questions?
Well, you know what? It's still, you got to still get comfortable, go with the flow to even get to talking about it. I mean, if there's some issues, of course,
Because
maybe
there's
some
issues
past
with this age,
trauma,
There's
maybe then you discuss it. Maybe then.
okay,
But for the most part, even if you hadn't been out there a while, you shouldn't have to say, hey, I haven't done this in a while. Go with the flow because you know what? It really is riding a bike. Because if you comfortable with somebody, especially as ladies, y'all know if y'all get with that guy, y'all start feeling that tingle and everything. You feeling that vibe. Hey, you kind of just want things to happen. Now, if you have to sit there and talk about it, in my view, if you have to talk about it too much, then there's obviously some discomfort, or maybe you're not feeling that guy like that. And then there are cases where the guy might not be feeling a woman. So you might be trying to talk yourselves into doing something, maybe to keep a relationship going or everything, you know? So it's like, come on now. Now that's me. I know some other people, Rom's is comfortable with it,
right,
comfortable with the flow. Cause I'm thinking, okay, when I'm with somebody, it's rare we sit and it's just like, let's go back to the place. We already know what's going to happen.
right,
If
right.
you're dealing with grown folks, I mean, that should be. But I do understand some people might not have the same level of comfort because unfortunately, a lot of people out here are sexually repressed.
They are,
So,
and I think that's what a lot of people don't really, especially after if you've been in a sexless marriage, and let's say you weren't getting any for a couple of years. How do you kind of
you know what?
bring that back in? I want to ask Kim Sue because
Wait,
she's a
hold on. Let me say something
go
about
ahead,
that.
Ron. Go ahead.
Sexless marriage.
There's
See,
a lot of people
I've
who
known some, yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that, which of course leads to infidelity, whatever. To me, that's unfathomable. I'm
right,
serious. That's unfathomable. Because
right,
I remember when I was still married, it was like a week, and that was just I was working hard. My wife sat me down, and we had a talk. She was like,
right,
"Wait a minute, we went a whole week."
Right. So I don't. Let me pause you right there. I want Kim Sue to kind of how has the topic of sex been brought up to you in the past and currently?
It's not really something that's brought up. Like I'm with Rom. I am a go with the flow type of person. I like once I have that kind of connection with you, I know we're gonna go there. It's just a matter of when it's gonna happen. I don't really put a time frame on it. I just kind of if I feel something for you and I feel that type of connection with you, then it's going to happen. It's not like, oh well, let's talk about this. Nah, let's get to it.
You get to it though, and it's whack, but you really like him, or it's subpar. It's not everything that y'all thought it would be.
I'm a really patient person. I think sometimes, and I from experience, I can say I've been with someone that I was really feeling in that way, and it wasn't what I had. I don't say expect because I don't have these expectations, but it wasn't what I hoped it would be, and we might try it again. You get three strikes, because the first time you might be really nervous and you might not be able to perform the way that you normally would. You have to remember we're new to each other. So your level of comfort with me, might not be what it was with the last person. So I'm not just going to write you off because it was, bad or subpar the first time. Um, Second time, and I've had that experience. And the second time, like my ex from pretty much most of my 30s. He and I, the first time we were intimate, he went, he was nervous. And I said, I'm not going anywhere, just when you're ready, wake me up. He woke me up. I tried to kill me, but you know what I'm
I
saying?
like
But
that. So you
you
gave.
know what I mean?
So
I'm
there
not
was some
going in. I'm not going to
patience.
badmouth you. Yeah, I'm a very patient person with that.
Got it. Cool. Um, D Parks, what's your je ne sais quoi when it comes to before that first time? How you move, D Parks? You may not talk about it, but how you move?
Well, I agree 100% with what was being said. It's not something that's spoken about. I mean, it's, you
Y'all don't
know,
do subtle hints.
yeah. I mean, that's the 5%. That's the 5%. You would say 95% is just going with the flow. But then there's another 5%. Where there's some flirtation, some extra flirtation stuff going on.
Yeah.
And insinuations about some pre-commentary going on. Oh, wait till I get you home, or let's go in the bathroom, or something like that.
Mm,
I'm all
mm.
about
So.
innuendos. I will definitely throw them out there because I'm going to let you know, like, what's up. But we're not going to sit and have we're not going, write an essay about it and talk about it. No, we're not doing that. Let's get to it, my man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
But
think
you're
there's
definitely
spoken
gonna
about.
know that I want you. Right, you're definitely gonna know that I desire you in that way. So yeah, that's true.
Well, let me piggyback on something Kim Sue was saying. Sometimes the first time can be nerve wracking if you're really concerned about your performance or what you're going to do. What I would suggest is, and this is what I've told men privately, women too. It's like their first time. You just have to be open because everybody is going to be different. You can't. There's no. I wish there was a playbook, and then we wouldn't have sexless marriages. It's just a matter of exploring, being open. Now, it's great if it could be great, but usually the first time, And I've always said, I've told guys, I said, we're going to give you at least twice. They may let you slide the first time. The second time, you better learn. But there's actually some stuff I've actually coached men on doing to make it easier the first time. I mean,
First
that'll
impressions
take
are
a while.
everything.
When y'all ready, I'll let you know.
Mm.
This is
What'd you
true,
say?
and sometimes that first,
First impressions are everything.
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes people knock it out of the park the very first time. Yeah.
Kim, so you
Yeah.
have a look on your face like somebody. I remember that. Knock it out the park.
Yes, Lord. Yeah, yeah. So I,
Well,
I, so everybody gets a nickname, good, bad, or indifferent. But this particular, um, That's why I have this look on my face. I nicknamed him Unicorn Dick. I wrote all about him in my blog. And yeah, first time was amazing. So much that I cried, like literally.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
just clicked.
I'm having a memory, huh? Yeah, but you
Y'all
know what it
clicked.
was? We had talked for like 7 months before we were ever intimate. So it took a while, and not because we didn't want one another. It was just there was no rush to do it. And then when we finally did, it was mind blowing. He had the music and the everything was just right, and
Kim,
it was amazing.
in the 7 months that the both of you guys were conversing, you guys talked about sex, right?
No, he's not that kind. And that's the thing. He's not that kind of person. He would say little flirtatious things, but we never had a conversation about having sex. He would always, tell me little things, but he never. He was just. It was no pressure for him. He didn't
Mm,
have to say anything or do anything. Extra. He had my attention, and I
mm.
wasn't. I mean, of course, I'm looking at him like he's beautiful, and yeah, definitely gonna jump on him when we finally go there. But it was no rush, it was no
So
pressure,
he
and
never
when
did
we did
any
get together,
no innuendos like wait until I sop it up like with a biscuit or something.
no, I think a couple of times he said something along the lines of, because I think people, when men see me, they don't know that I'm as small as I am because I'm top heavy. So I guess I look bigger. I don't know. But when they meet me, they're like, oh my God, you're so tiny. He was like, I'm going to tear your little ass up. He would say little things like that. But I'm like, yeah, whatever. But he never said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do, how some people just overpromise and underdeliver. He never did that with me. But when we got together, and I was, for 9 months, I was a dick whip dummy, literally. You could,
And
Well,
talking.
I was sprung.
let me. You know what I see right there is, and that's a key part of sex. Just the intimate, non-physical sex connection. Y'all had a connection, and see when two
Yeah,
people have a connection like that that didn't involve like actual physical contact, that actually makes the actual sex better because both your
yeah,
walls are down. You're
yeah,
totally comfortable.
Yes.
So y'all gonna first of all take your time with each other. Y'all connecting on a deeper level energetically. So that's
yeah.
very helpful. That was the thing. Now it might have been different if y'all got together after knowing each other for 3 weeks. Then you might have had some complaints. But
Mm.
y'all knew each other. Y'all felt comfortable. So it's like neither side had that performance anxiety or that pressure on themselves. It was like you wanted to be with him. He wanted to be with you, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a
subconsciously
man like him,
y'all gonna make it work.
I don't think a man like him even has performance anxiety. He's just very sure of himself, but not in a way that, not arrogant, but
Mm,
like he know what he's capable of. You know what
So
I'm
mm,
saying? And
hold on.
then,
I want to stay right there, Kim, because I think
mhm.
the funny thing is do you, after you've had your first encounter, D Parks, I want to talk about this. I want D Parks to kind of, when you have that first encounter, pull out, you be like, when you have that first encounter, what opinions are formed about the person you just had that encounter with after the act? Because I think that is really interesting, like, especially whether it's good, bad, okay. Does your opinion change, especially when you know or you think you have knocked it out the park and he or she has given you some vibe?
Well, one, that would depend on the relationship prior to that connection happening, and that would determine whether or not an opinion, what opinion will form after that. If it's a random, then there's no opinion formed, or it was
It's
whatever
your
it
it's
was.
after your first time. Let's say it's your first time with this woman and you like her, hypothetically.
I mean, it depends on. Well, I mean, that's a vague question because it would depend on the act, like how the act went. Like whether good, then it would be no opinion.
Do some
Everything's
total
great. I'm
recall,
happy.
D Parks. What
Excuse me.
do some total recall. I'm sure you got a
You
memory
know,
where you
I
got
have different total recalls that I can
okay,
pull.
the
So
first one that comes
that's
to
why
mind.
I'm asking. Like you have to be a little bit more specific,
So
so
let's
I
say
could.
you like her, y'all done it, y'all done the do, you think you put it down, you is what your normal, whatever. And she's I. It was good. It wasn't your normal or whatever response you expect. What opinion happens for you? Is there an opinion that is formed or not?
Well, that's speculative then. You know that like I can't speak from that. Uh, but I would I would I would guess the yeah. It's hard to answer that question because I don't know. I've never had that. I've never
You've never
experienced.
had any other opinions of form after sex about a person?
I've always gotten a very good response after having sex. I've never had, I don't think I've ever had a bad response. Can't
You've never had a
recall.
bad response.
Cannot recall
Have
ever
you
having.
mentally
Anybody out there we've ever had? If you had a bad response, raise your hand. Like, yeah, nah.
has your opinion changed after sex with somebody?
Yes, yes, good in both way, both good and
What was the good way? What was the bad way? What was the bad way?
the bad way was that I had to stop it like midway through because it just wasn't
Oh,
happening. It was just too much. You know what? Oh, remember that song? If it don't fit, don't force it. Just relax, and let it go. But it was just like, you know what? Maybe we
I've
can
been
wait for
there.
another time.
Mm.
in the middle. Wow.
In the middle,
Well, at
departs.
the beginning, it wouldn't even get to the middle. Figuratively and literally speaking.
Was that awkward to just kind of verbalize to that person like why you stopped?
Kind of, but not really, because if I didn't speak it, then what would it have been? Like, it had to be a reason that I'm gonna say, "Oh shit, I forgot to do something." Yeah, nah, it's like, yo, this is me. Yeah, I said just what I said just now. No
Wow.
lies.
Mm. Mm.
That
No,
sounds
would you say wow if a woman said she wanted to stop? No, I've had that in situation too. A woman like, yo, let's stop. Okay, cool, let's stop. I was like, damn, like I was about to do whatever I was gonna do, but all right, we can stop.
I mean,
Okay.
that could be crushed into anybody's ego, man or woman, in the
Hmm.
middle of being open and vulnerable to the point where you're ready to do it. And either party just is like, nah, we ain't doing this. It's just not going to work. So,
I
sometimes
mean, it would have to be how it was crushing to the ego. Like,
say that
not,
again.
I said that, like, crushing to the ego, how?
I
I mean,
mean,
I mean, if you really like someone and they tell you to stop, if you're feeling somebody and you're in the middle of
it is, I mean, I'm not, not trying to catch a rape charge. What the fuck?
no, no,
That's how
no,
that
no,
shit
no, no.
happens.
I understand that. I understand that. But I'm just saying when you are in the middle of something, it's going and you thinking it's good and they're like, stop, or I understand not catching the rape charge, but I was like, do you have a conversation after? Do you kind of just back off and walk away? I mean,
you
that I
just,
think that's the sex trauma I'm talking about when people are you've been doing it with someone and that could happen.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think if you stop, like, pardon my French, but if you stop mid fuck, I'm definitely gonna ask if everything is okay. Did I do something? You know, because something I've had that happen during sex and something triggered me and I stopped. So you just the person is not asking you to stop for no reason. There's something behind them asking you to do that or to stop that. So I think that's where a conversation will come in because you don't want to do something to your partner that's triggering for them because it can happen. You could be all in it and then something clicks and now you're in a different headspace and so you need to stop, you know. So,
Well, let me clarify because I don't want to get the wrong misconception going out. Misconception going out there. Like it's not like we was in the middle. We was beginning to have sex, and I was penetrating. It was just it was too much noise. It was screaming. It was hollering. It was like okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. If that's what you're doing here, then to continue on, you might be looking for me in the daytime with a flashlight
oh, well,
and
damn.
carrying around a mattress, and I
Oh,
ain't wasn't trying to get
Clutches
in the middle with
invisible
that.
pearls.
right. It's never too late to stop. It's funny. The whole no holds back said, "Oops, I wanted a guy to stop because he
Yeah.
was whack," but
Yeah.
but didn't.
Well,
But
let me
didn't.
let me jump in here because I've had a range. Any guy who's been with enough women, they've had a range. I've never taken it personally. I've had some, it was bad, some was all right, some was like mind blowing. I was levitating and stuff. They were levitating. We were communicating in tongues and everything. But whatever the case, I don't form a negative opinion. Sometimes people just don't click that way. It's like you just figure it out. You don't get mad. You just hope they ain't hurt by it or anything. You hope they ain't hurt. Never had a conversation about it. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes the click is there. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes, hey, you do want to be like, I got to stop this. Or
Yo, Ron, check it, check
even
it.
even as a man, I had to fake it one time. So.
Oh yeah, I've faked the orgasm here and there, but now a chick said to me that sex was amazing, and then I never had sex. We never had sex again.
Yeah, and see, I've never
You know what
had
I'm
that.
saying, ladies? Like it was like, and y'all know, I'm sure. I don't. And saying sunshine, you turn your
She
head.
said, "You're
Like
not gonna make me crazy. You're not gonna make me crazy. I'm not doing this with you no more."
yeah,
It may that dick may be dangerous, D Park.
Yeah, no, but you know what though? She should have been. Cause come on, if it was good, y'all know y'all gonna want it again.
No,
See,
no,
I'm
no,
ladies,
no,
coming
no,
back.
no, 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 no,
up,
I'm
no,
ladies,
absolutely
no.
coming
come
You
back.
have
on,
to,
come
let's be
on.
clear. No, 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 no. It's just not the dick, right? Because I go ahead, kids. Anthony.
Well, you know what? If it's like something about this person, I understand. But a lot of ladies they'll still deal with that guy if it's the good is good. So
Yeah,
the
but
thing
sometimes you
is,
really don't want to. Sometimes you really don't want to put yourself in a situation where you know that you could fall. Not only it's not even only the dick, but for the person,
yeah.
Hmm.
that's carrying it, and
Mhm.
you like that person, and they have good sex, but you know that that situation can't go any further than where
Right.
it's gonna go.
Well, that's
So
a situation, but I
you're gonna
understand.
put yourself in some hot sauce if you can't do it, because you know you're gonna be like a crackhead outside their house. Like, come on
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
Oh
open
yeah,
up.
D Parks be parking that D. That's what
yeah,
they're
that pusher
saying.
man. Yeah. I
I
know.
mean,
Hey,
I
I know some
agree.
ladies got dealt with that. That's understandable. But still, though, ladies, come on now.
No,
Come
but I
on
mean,
now.
look, if you are a type of person like you have sex early and you know the dick, if the dick is good, it's hard for you to leave, or the pussy is good, it's hard for you. I'm sorry, whatever, it's just good and it's hard for you to leave, and you haven't even really got to know the person. That's a dangerous, slippery slope you constantly sliding down.
And a lot of y'all do it.
Y'all
right.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We ain't complaining about it though. It's like
Yeah. I
we
know.
like, oh
It
man, that
is
was
what it is.
crazy, man. But that stuff is good, man. Yeah. We just gonna go to motels, ain't gonna let us see where I live. But man, that's some
Yeah,
good
that's
man.
the whole thing. No. No, absolutely not. So I always think about this. That's just like, okay, so you get into this whatever, whether it's a relationship, marriage, whatever, and it's time. Things are getting good, but there's some things. How do y'all start to give that feedback to make it better? What does the feedback look like? Do y'all give feedback, or y'all just
Well, you know what? Sometimes you can say, "Hey, baby, let's try this." Like, just bring it in the moment. It's like, "Hold on, baby, why don't you slow down a bit?" Oh, wait a minute, baby, I like it right there. And see, as a
Hmm.
man, you gotta look at him and say, "Okay, I'm doing this, but she ain't smiling. Eyes ain't in the back of her head. She talking a little bit too much. Let me switch it up. You know, let me switch it up." And then as a man also, from my perspective, sometimes you gotta be open for it. Like I knew this player, like a straight player, he had tons of women, you witnessed it, right? But he said it was one woman, whenever he got with her, he had to leave all his other women alone. He had to work out for 2 weeks, and he had to, as he said, put his foot in there because she just straight up told him he didn't satisfy her. And he didn't take it roughly. He just said, okay, I gotta bring it. So I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on the person too and how they feel about it and how
Challenge.
you talk about it. I mean, as long as it's not like, oh, you're bad, you're this or that. Just sit down and say, all right, you know what? Yeah, that was pretty good, but something I really like. Just say,
Yeah.
or I really like
What
this,
if it's an
or what, or,
unreasonable?
or you could ask the man, or the man could ask the woman, what you really like.
But what is
You
it?
Yeah,
What
I
if
think having a
it's
gentle
unreasonable?
conversation is important.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, though. But it's how you do it. Don't be like, "Oh, you ain't do this, you ain't do that."
Yeah.
Sometimes the other party might not know to do that, or
But
sometimes you just got to show them something new.
Hold
Yo,
on,
but
go
what,
ahead,
communication is
but what,
everything.
but what
Hmm.
if it's an unreasonable ask or something that you believe is unreasonable?
like the golden shower with the
Well,
good.
just sit back and look. Here's what you do. You just say, "Well, hold up. I really ain't comfortable with that." And honestly, they got to respect that because sometimes people want to do stuff and they just don't want to do it. If they don't want to do it,
Yeah.
they shouldn't do it because if they don't want to do something, they're not going to be good at it.
So let's be clear, y'all. We are all over 45, right? Everybody on this, and our show is kind of primarily for folks who are over 45. Y'all got checklists that y'all may want to do sexually. You're with a partner, it may be a new partner, it may be your wife, it may be your lifetime partner. You've always wanted that threesome we were talking about earlier. He or she is not into it. What do? Do you deprive them of their fantasy? Do you give them a pass? What are you doing?
You know
For
what? Yeah,
me, I
talk about it first. Talk about it first. See what's up. And seriously, all you can do is really communicate, and then possibly, depending on what it is, get them comfortable with the idea. Because usually, and I've had some women. They say they might not have been comfortable giving a blowjob or something, and I ain't bother them about it. Then all of a sudden, they like Ron laid back and they going to work because I ain't press them about it. It was just like I just let them get comfortable. Because my view is if they not comfortable with something, it's a waste of time trying to force them because then it's not going to be any good anyway.
Hmm.
yep.
Because they got to be totally comfortable with it.
Yeah, that I
But
agree.
does that person need to kind of match your sexual energy for the relationship to work to a certain
Um,
extent? I want some. I'm going. Hold on, Ron. I'm gonna ask Kim. I'm gonna ask. I want you to answer that. Does the sexual energy need to match as a woman for the relationship to work?
Hell yeah. Like I don't want Captain Dry Drawers. Like I'm sorry. It had the sexual energy has to match. Like we gotta be like I'm a lover. I love sex. I have an insatiable appetite for it when I'm with someone. When I'm by myself, I don't think about it at all. But when I'm with somebody, we gotta match. Like I want you to want me just as much as I want you. Because I can't get enough of my partner. So if it don't match, then I'm gonna be sitting here. I'm gonna be sitting here like, like I want to get it on. I have a very healthy sexual appetite, and I
So
need my partner to
when you're
match.
into him and he introduces the threesome into the relationship, and he's like, "Babe, this is something I really want. Can I just have it for my birthday? It's on my bucket checklist."
See, I don't know, and I can't say no. I won't say yes or no. I really don't know. I think it depends on our relationship and how I'm feeling in that space. Because I've been there and done that. But I just yeah, it's not really my thing. But if it's something that he wants to do, um, but I'm gonna pick the woman.
You
I'm
get
gonna
to
pick
pick
the
the
woman.
woman. Okay, Kim.
Yeah,
All right.
because
All
I
right.
because I'm not laying down with somebody I'm not attracted to, and I don't like women. I'm not into women, but I think women are beautiful. But if my partner ever said he wanted to do that, I probably would. Like I said, I can't say yes or no. It's a hard maybe, but it's going to be me making the choice of who we lay down with. So, can I
Okay.
bag the woman? Absolutely,
Uh,
absolutely,
mm.
absolutely.
Ah, shit.
All right now, Kim Sue.
I
All right,
don't
girl.
have I don't have an issue bagging men or women. I just am
All
not
right.
into women.
All right. All right. All right. Gentlemen, she wants something freaky deaky that you ain't necessarily, but you love her. That's the caveat. You love her dirty draws. You whipped. Y'all whipped. And she wants a golden shower.
Y'all ever been with though?
Have y'all ever been whipped?
I
They've been
mean,
whipped. They've been whipped. They just quiet. Don't be shaking your head, D Parks. You know you've been whipped.
I'm
We had
thinking,
some
like,
good,
I'm
good,
thinking if I'm
definitely.
going through my, yeah, I might have had some really good,
You
like,
go to
You know
yeah,
there was
and
a girl, you'd be
you
like,
know
let me
what,
call her.
I could say I wasn't whipped by totally the sex of the person,
Okay.
but I would
Mhm.
say the person as a whole entity. I
Yeah,
would say, yeah, yeah, yeah. And sex was was a good part of it for sure, like
yeah, oh
100%.
yeah.
The sex was a big part of it. But so yeah, but yeah, I'm not doing golden showers. I don't want anybody that wants a golden shower. Like I'm just telling you that shit right now. Everybody on the internet, if you want a golden shower or you want to give me a golden shower, it ain't happening.
And the
Mm-mm.
Not
woman
a
would have to be
golden
really
shower.
convincing. She would have to be really convincing, really bringing a lot to the table for me to think about anything extra. I mean, it would have to be a serious relationship. If it's just some casual like relationship, probably no. I'll just be straight up no. If it would have to be like one of those deep, profound, we totally in love
Right.
with each other for me to start thinking about it. Yeah, I give them that if we totally into each other. But if it's just like casual, friends with benefits, something probably not.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing anything with a casual person. We got to be like totally locked in for me to
Yeah,
for me to give you the extras.
and even then, depend. Like I said,
But
most
no golden
most stuff
showers. You
I'll
ain't
do.
peeing
There's
on
some
me.
stuff I'm like,
No, sir.
Mm.
yeah, a third person is not gonna be in my bedroom. I'm just for the internet out there. If you want a threesome, it ain't me. I've been asked a couple of times to join couples to be a threesome with them, but no. And no golden showers for me. I mean, if you want me to pee on you, that's fine.
Well,
You
you'll
You're
do
know,
the peeing, but you
ain't
don't want to
been
be peed
in
on.
there.
huh?
Yeah, no golden showers.
I said,
Ain't
No,
nobody
none
peeing.
of
We could
that.
go to the bathroom.
Go right. Go before and after,
If
but you're
you
not
want me
peeing
to
on
pee on you,
me.
that's fine. But ain't nobody peeing on me.
so
Mm-mm.
what makes let's get to a basic. What makes sex amazing for y'all at this point in your lives? What's amazing about the act? 'Cause some people are trying to still we get to this age, I'd be like, my stuff don't get as hard, my hoo ha don't get as wet. What are
I ain't
some of
got
the
no
things?
problems.
I
I
know
ain't
you
got
don't got no problems.
I
Well, it's the
think for
total
me,
energy of it. Go ahead, Kim Sue. You go first.
you took the words right out of my mouth. It has to be for me really good energy with the person that I'm with
Mhm.
because I am when I'm with someone, I'm completely turned on by them. If I'm with you intimately, I'm very turned on by you. And what makes it amazing for me is knowing how I'm making you feel. Like that sorry, I don't want to be vulgar, but that's going to make me even wetter, knowing that what I'm doing to you is extremely satisfying. I'm going to absolutely be more turned on and I'm going to give you more. And that's for me, just your reaction to what I'm doing is what makes it amazing for me. I can't speak for him because, his knees might buckle and he might get tongue tied a little bit or whatever. But, what I'm doing to you, if I see your reaction and that's what it is, that is a complete turn on for me.
Mm.
Complete turn on. Because I'm a
Yeah.
pleaser.
Okay. Yeah, for me, it really is about like that deeper connection, not just, just that friends with benefit
How
thing or
deep
one
love?
way to hang,
I'm
but
curious.
like a serious connection beyond it, like an energetic connection, like you
Yeah.
literally feel like you leaving your body type of connection, like a higher level stuff. You're on some tantra, you're at the ninth level of orgasm, or taking a woman to that level. The connection is just there, just everything just fit. There's no awkwardness. Y'all just flowing. Like, hey D, you ever have sex with a woman and it was just so good? The group was so good, y'all just left it at that one session. Like you didn't even want to mess it up by going back for seconds. Just say, that was so good. We can't we gotta just leave that for the night. That's some good stuff. I had that with a woman way back in the day. It was just because we were just friends with benefits, but that one session was just so good,
It's
and
like,
usually it
yo,
would just be like, usually we do our thing and I get up and go. I was like, so how was your day today? Afterwards, we had a conversation for like 2 hours.
yeah, yeah,
That,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
so
Sometimes
that
you
was
gotta tap out because it was that damn good. You
Nah,
just
but
gonna
nah,
leave it
nah,
right
no,
here.
no, no, Kim Sue, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. That's not what Ron talking about. It's not even tapping out. It's about having a complete cold climax,
Hmm.
and finishing, and then sitting up, and then just, because sometimes, you want to go on for seconds, and all right, I'm gonna start
yeah,
doing this, but now you just sit up and you talk. You might get up and start cooking and start eating some
yeah,
shit,
No,
and
I
yeah.
need a
it just
nap.
turns
No, I
into a
need a
whole
nap
vibe.
first. No, I'm going to.
Well, I'm just
Yeah, but I'm
saying though.
saying,
I'm just saying
but
though.
I'm just saying what he was saying. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
what I was
No, I
talking
know what he
about.
means. I know what he means.
Yeah. Or you
Yeah,
might
it
just
was
fall
it
asleep.
was like we were holding, talking about stuff. It was like, wow, we actually getting to know each other more, and we had been dealing with each other in that friends with benefit thing for a while. It was like, man, that was just
You
a
have
good
you have
groove.
an earth
Everything was,
shattering moment.
yeah,
How do
just
you so when you have those moments with people,
mhm.
like I know like I've talked about certain moments with folks I've dealt with, not necessarily the details, but they want to when they ask something, when somebody asks something, they may want to know a little bit of your history, not how many people you slept with, but like what has somebody done to you that you've liked. Do you share your past wars, your past sex stories, and how has that come up? Does it become
Not
like a
necessarily a past sex story, but
girl, you got your whole shit on a blog? So they, if
no, no,
any man
no,
can read
no.
it,
If I put everything, child, y'all be there for weeks
but
reading. But
go ahead. I'm
so
sorry.
no, okay. I have had men ask me, like if they go down on me, like, did I like this, that, or the other? There's a specific thing that an ex from years ago used to do, and everybody got to do it now. Everybody's got to do it. If we're in a relationship and we're going there, and you go down there, you have to do this particular thing. Because I don't know what it is about the feeling, but it just feels freaking amazing. And it relaxes me to the point where I'm just like, yeah, stay right there. Right. Yep. Don't move. I, I don't know why. It just feels amazing. Yeah, I actually am. I'm writing a book. I'm not done yet. It's a compilation of short stories about my dating life. So it's gonna be good.
Mm,
You
mm,
need
Kim
to
Sue,
know
did he
that
do
thing
his
now.
ABCs down there?
So I'll tell y'all. I mean, we're having a conversation about sex. I can share it. So my ex used to do this thing. He would suck on my right lip. It was amazing. It felt so good. And he was just
Mm.
a master at what he did down there. But every time he would do this one, I never begged a man to go down there on me. It was just not something that I really loved. But anytime we would see each other, I would beg him. And we were together for quite a while. And I would just beg him all the time, could you do that thing on the right? And he just would
Hey,
laugh and
that's
he
my
would go
move.
and he would do it. He would go and
Hey,
do it. I
that was
can't
his
with you.
spot.
That
What's
was
his
my
name?
spot.
What's
And
his name? Did he steal that from me? No.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it was just that was the thing. And so anybody that I dealt with after him, if you went down there, you had to do that because I'm absolutely going to please you. So I want you to do the things that please me too. You know.
And you know what? And that's totally fair too, because whenever a man, because I'm training men, I say, look,
Right.
take your time and just pay attention that first time you with her. What does she do when you touch that spot? Well, how she
Right.
respond? Is she grimacing on that spot? Is she smiling? Something like that. And then just be open for if she say, baby, I like it here. It's like, dude, she done gave you the key right there. And the women need to do the same thing. You might say, hey, you know what? I like it when you're on my nipples, you know? And so
Yeah.
the woman should be like, oh, okay. But it's all in how you do it. Don't
Oh
just say, yeah,
yeah.
do the nipples and all of this. Just say, hey, baby, hey, I want you right there. I really love it right there. It's all in how you do it, how you say it. You can
Yeah.
communicate. If you can actually
Absolutely.
make it fun during the act, they say, oh, yo, baby, I like that. It's like, yeah. You can let them know what if they get that right spot, say, yeah, oh yeah, that's it, that's it. So then next time they know, let's just go there, you know?
Yeah.
I just
I'm
can't
tell me.
see, I just can't see anyone or me telling anyone what a previous lover did to me or talking about like a previous lover. I
Mm.
feel like if I'm in the bedroom with you, I'm gonna concentrate on me and you and
No, no, but I mean, if you ask
how we
me,
can
I'm not just going to
improve
volunteer it.
or how we can make the sex better if it's not or if it's something that I want you or I to explore.
Right.
Um,
No, it's definitely not something I'm going to volunteer. But if you ask me, yeah, I'll tell you. I ain't got a problem if you want to know. Because, a lot of times people want to know if they're doing something you like or you don't like. And it wasn't a question of, did your ex do something that you like? It's just me telling you this is what I like. I'm not gonna come out and say, yeah, well, my ex used to do that. I'm telling y'all because we're having this conversation. But I'm not gonna be like, hey, yeah, my ex used to do this thing to me where he sucked my right lip.
We were on the internet, love. Everybody know now.
Oh no, it's okay. Well, I ain't well, my shop is closed, so it don't even matter now. So
Mm.
but I will absolutely, tell you what I like from what I don't like. Like I want you to know what I like versus what I don't like because I mean what you like and not and what you don't like. Cuz I think it's all about pleasing your partner. If you don't like something, I'm not going to continue to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know what? One thing with that though, you shouldn't even have to say an X. Just say, "I like this."
Right.
Now, if the guy got common sense, he know you like it from somebody. You shouldn't really need to talk about the X. Just say, "This is what
Right.
you like."
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing, and this is an unfortunate thing, the ladies, y'all can tell me this. Sometimes people get intimidated by what an ex did, and then
Absolutely.
they trying to compete. Now, ladies, y'all can tell if a
Yeah.
man say, "Hey, my ex did this or that," how would y'all feel?
Yeah, I
That's
don't.
that's what I asked because I think people
Yeah,
slip
y'all
up
want to know what my ex
all the
did.
time. You said what?
Y'all don't know what my ex did.
What's your
I ain't
ex
gonna tell
do?
you. Y'all not gonna tell y'all. Y'all want to know.
Well,
I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
y'all. That's straight up.
okay.
I
Um,
agree, Ram. I'm not competing with an ex, or you tell me
Mhm.
my ex used to handstand on one hand and have suck my dick with the other hand or some shit. I ain't trying to do that. You and your ex can work that shit out, but I'm not. Don't bring your ex in my bedroom.
Mhm.
I don't need to compete cuz I have a particular set of skills. So I don't need to compete with
And
anybody.
everybody have their own skills, right? And their own things that they do that works for them, right? But when it comes to discussing other people in the bedroom, it's just like
Mhm.
an awkward situation for me. I think and there's a level of maturity where you just like, look,
Mhm.
we're not talking about that. Let's talk about me and you.
somebody said, "Don't be so
And stands
close-minded."
in yoga too.
Shine, sunshine. Mhm. So, that is hilarious. What are y'all's pet peeves? What are some of the pet peeves that y'all have experienced lately? Do
Lately,
y'all have any
like this
pet peeves?
period.
I don't really have any. I can't think of any lately or at all.
You have
Just
no pet peeve.
consistently
No, I
ask
can't think of any lately.
Okay.
I had to really think about that. Seriously, it's just like, okay, what do they do? Because I really am go with the flow. As long as I ain't being physically hurt, I'm like, okay,
Okay. All
like
right.
that's new. Oh, you like to be bit? Oh, okay. You biting? Oh yeah, girl. Yeah, keep doing it. Just go with the flow. See what they're about.
Okay. All right. Any pet peeves from anyone else?
Teeth.
Teeth? What do you mean? Like biting?
No, just yeah, like
Oh, no teeth
Oh,
in that sense. You want a gumless woman, huh?
I'm not
Detroit?
gumless, but I mean, I don't need to know you got teeth.
don't bang away like you're the only one in the room. Hey, that could be an issue.
Okay.
For some ladies.
Don't
But
bang away like you are the only one in the room. I
Okay.
don't even understand that.
Okay.
No
Don't bang away.
sprayers.
yeah,
Basically,
it just
don't just.
depends.
It's like bow, 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 and you ain't paying attention to her or him.
Mhm.
You just
Oh
in your rock.
man, nah, that's all of what the bang bang is about. Paying attention. Yeah, I remember one time security came to the room. Hello, is everything all right in there? It's like, oh, yeah, we good. Sorry,
Y'all
keep
were
it
loud.
down.
Huh? D Park should be having them loud.
I was me screaming, ah.
Kim, Sue, what are your pet? What has been some of your pet peeves? Do you have any? Okay, Kim Sue.
She ain't got nothing. She's like, yo, whatever.
She her
We
face
dealing
is
with it.
saying everything. Okay. All right. All right.
Let
All
me
right.
let me think.
Uh-huh. Anthony, what are your pet peeves?
What Monique said in the comments section. Did you come? Duh.
You know what? Something like that, though, people got to get attuned to it. Like a man has to really pay attention because, yeah,
Yes.
ladies, y'all know some of y'all can fake it. Yeah, I know some of y'all
Yeah,
can fake it.
if
So a
I'm
lot of
hooping and
y'all know y'all
hollering,
be doing that to keep the man happy. Attention to
hollering,
know.
yeah.
He has to just
If
pay
I'm
attention.
hollering,
Well, get the experience to know, okay, she having something, she having a mild one, she having a major one. Like, yo, did you ever have you be like there and all of a sudden you're like, oh God, what the she grabbed it
they
all
clench up, legs
clink,
start,
clink, clink.
they rigor
Shoot.
mortis
for
about to set
me,
in.
if I'm
You know?
hooping and hollering, I'm not coming. I do that for you.
Mm,
I'm a quiet lover, so if
mhm.
I'm very, very quiet, it's amazing. But if I'm ooh ah something,
But and you know
not
what
doing that much.
too? That's legitimate though, because that's one of the things every woman anyway is going to have a different orgasm. So that's one of the things, and then several types of orgasms. So one thing as men, we just have to pay attention.
Somebody
We
said
just have to really
calling
pay attention. It could be a wild, could be a quiet one, could be a loud one. It could be something. See, I like the loud ones though. You really know the quiet ones. I've seen those, but then you got to be really into the moment, into her, to really determine that. And one thing I've always said, and this
Ah,
is from a man
I
looking
like the
at the
ones that
woman,
try
if
to be
she wants you
quiet.
back and she calling back, she's more excited. Oh, she had something.
yeah. If I'm quiet and biting a pillow, I promise you, I am. It's happening. I'm coming,
Oh,
and
well, that's something
yeah.
now. You're doing
But
something.
hooping and hollering, yeah, I'm not.
Well, that's
No,
cool.
it
That's
didn't
fair.
give, as the kids say. It didn't give.
somebody said saying you're a freak and you're not.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
If you have to say I'm a freak, you're not really a freak.
And freak is
right.
relative.
yeah,
It
yeah,
is because it's based on
It is
your yeah.
experience
yeah.
based on your
Okay, I got the
preferences.
pet peeve now. I got the pet peeve. I had to think about it. Somebody saying, "Oh yeah, Ram, you're gonna be floating. You're gonna be doing all this. Oh yeah, I'm so great," and then you just like, "Oh
Womp womp
yeah."
womp.
I would rather just the lady just be quiet. We see what
Uh,
happens. Don't
yeah.
promise
Are
anything.
women out there just saying that though, Ron?
I
What?
find that more
Yeah.
with men. I find a lot of
Oh
men
no, you
doing
got
that.
some ladies. They like, oh yeah, I'm so good at this. Yeah, I'm an expert at. I've heard it. Trust me. And
Really?
then it's like, don't get my mind up. It's better you just be quiet and we see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that more.
The
Do
old
y'all
saying,
like
actions
talking?
speak
Do y'all
louder than
like
words.
talking
Yeah.
about? Do y'all like talking about the act after?
Oh, if it's real good, you might be like, damn, girl, that was good. But not a big deal. Seriously.
Like we don't have to
Yes.
have a whole
Because,
conversation about it, but if it's good, I'm gonna let you know.
What's
yeah,
understood ain't got to be mentioned.
yeah.
Okay.
You know?
But what about, I mean, if it's good, you don't have to mention what. But what if there was something that you did? I think then that's where the conversation about tonight came about. Like, what if there was something that just wasn't right?
You know
I'm not
what?
gonna
You
have
gotta have
an
just to
immediate
sit down and talk
conversation.
about it.
Yeah,
That's where
I'm
the
not gonna have an
communication,
immediate
especially if you actually care about the
conversation.
person.
Because some people are
Yeah,
scared to hurt people's feelings, so they just kind of keep it quiet and just kind of
Oh, you
keep it.
mean in a bad way?
Yeah.
I have to process it because I need to. I'm not gonna come right out and say it because I don't want to be hurtful, but I'll bring it up later. Like, the other day when we were, doing it, I didn't like X, Y, and Z. Like I'm a
Yeah,
gentle
You
John,
speak for
right?
person.
them.
I'm a gentle person, so I don't ever want to come. Yeah, I didn't like that. That was whack. Or, I'm not going to come out and say it like that. But I do need like a day or two to process. How am I going to tell him that this was not good? And vice versa. If
Mhm.
it's something that I did that you didn't like, I would appreciate if you tell me, because especially if we're in a relationship or in that direction of a long-term relationship or whatever, we're going to be together and
Yeah.
you're going to be my partner for an extended period of time. I want to know if
Right.
something I'm doing you don't like, if it didn't satisfy you, if it didn't feel good to you, let me know so I can maneuver and find a different way to do that or not do it at all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. No, she's
So,
correct because especially if you're in a relationship, you do need to have that conversation
Right.
because all that's going to happen is if you don't have it, they'll keep going or something. Because I've actually told women if I'm not satisfying you, let me know now. Let me know now because I'll keep doing the same thing. Don't fake it. Yeah, don't fake it. Let's have that conversation because then I'll keep doing it. And it's better you
But
have
it's
it
not
than
one trick
you come
pony.
home and somebody else is with her.
But
And
you're not
ladies,
a
I know
weak.
y'all don't want to come home and you see some other woman riding your man. It's better
Mm.
just to have that conversation, keep all that from happening.
What you say, Anthea?
Now, I was just asking Rom, so you're not really necessarily a one trick pony when you say, I'm just keep doing what I'm doing.
Hmm? Yeah, I mean, because when I say that, I mean, because okay, like say a woman is like try to fake or something, and you thinking it's good, especially if she's faking. You thinking, oh, okay, this working. If you're not reading her properly, if you don't have the experience to read her properly, you might think, oh yeah, she like it, she did all this, but she was just trying to appease you or something. It's better if she don't. It's actually better if somebody ain't being satisfied, it's actually better if they just don't respond to it, if they ain't feeling it. And then if the man is paying attention, he'll realize, okay, this ain't really working. If he's paying attention. And the woman too, if the dude
yeah.
is just sitting there like, oh twiddling his thumb or something, maybe she need to do something different. So it's all about that communication at the end of the day. The
Yeah.
only issue with the communication is how you do it. Don't be totally mean, but just say, hey,
Right.
Right.
baby, maybe I would like it this way, or if you could change that up, or if it's
Hmm.
something that makes the partner genuinely uncomfortable, the partner needs to say, you know what, I wasn't feeling good. That was kind of hurting because
Hmm.
everybody has something different. They just have to communicate, especially in a profound relationship to keep the relationship going. Because one of the worst things is after a while, both the partner not being satisfied to find reasons not to have sex. That's what leads to sexless marriages, or to
Right.
find somebody on the outside of the relationship who's going to do what they need done. So it's better to sit down and talk it out. Just
But
respect
isn't
and be able to handle it.
even if you talk it out, I
Mhm.
mean, they say I was reading somewhere, it's just like the problem with a lot of long relationships, like relationships over a year, is people get bored. They get
Mhm.
bored with each other, like
Right.
naturally, especially even if you are in a marriage. They say like after 6 months, women usually get bored quicker than men. So it's
Well,
like, I mean, based on just statistics, it was an interesting statistic. So they said they was like, so it's really important to kind of inside the bedroom and outside the bedroom. So that's why some people are like, can we bring this in to make it
yeah.
interesting? Can we do certain things to make it interesting? Like, you know, can we go to a sex club? You know, can we have sex outdoors and watch somebody watch? I mean, I it's like how do you maintain? I think that's probably half the issue with a lot of people.
I think that's a major issue too, because sometimes everybody don't have that adventurous spirit, and that's a major issue.
Hmm.
Because, like I
Mhm.
always say, I always joke around. I tell the fellas, yeah, you can make love with those rose petals and candles and stuff, but sometimes you got to drag the mattress into the living room, sit there butt naked. When your woman get home, rip her clothes off, throw in the mattress, and tap that ass like you just got out of prison. You got to switch up.
That prison love.
Yeah, hey,
Yep.
you got to switch up sometime. I
Gotta switch
mean,
it
it's
up.
just a
Gotta keep
reality.
it fresh.
Yeah, you got to
They're
keep it fresh.
fresh.
But
And
see,
I mean fresh, literally and
unfortunately, we can
figuratively.
talk about that right now. But if you have an honest conversation with men and women, they'll do the same thing. Or as I've heard
Yeah,
many women say, they'll let him do his business.
you're right.
While they doing
What
their
about your
grocery list in their
business?
heads or something.
What'd you say, D parts?
I said, yeah, what about your business? You know, he said women will say, I let him do his business. It's like, yeah, what about your business? It's a communicative thing. It's a
Mm.
collective. It's co-ed. You're both there together for a reason. And it's,
Yeah.
And now
and if in any job, in any place, and that's
Hmm.
that job, in any coexistence, if one person is doing more than the other person's going to become a little bit, just a tad
Hmm.
bit, like, you know
Yeah.
what? I could take my talents elsewhere.
Yeah.
all right, Kyrie.
No, that was LeBron. My bad.
I'm sorry. I know it was LeBron, but I just called you Kyrie because he's the first thing that came to my mind.
I'm deep pops, baby.
But I think that have y'all gotten to a point where it has been stale? And how do you come back from being stale? Are you able to come back from that staleness?
Yeah,
Well,
I think
I'm sorry.
so. Well, I've never been married, but I've been in long-term relationships, and my longest relationship, we had some dry spells, but we were both adventurous. So we would role play. We would pretend we didn't know each other at like a bar or something, or do little cute stuff. We would go out to dinner and slip into the bathroom because they had like the bathrooms with the doors that when you closed it like fogged up. We would go in there and get it on. Like we would have
Bar
fun,
88.
and then yes, you know. So
Trust
I'm,
you now.
so we
yeah, I
we
should
would
I should do that. So it's like,
we would
oh,
drive,
what?
on a drive home. I would, we would just make it fun. And but then we had a little pocket of dryness, if you will. But we were both busy working professionals, and and we just kind of found our way back to it. I don't know exactly how, but sometimes you just like, again, I love love and I love sex very much. But there have been times where I've had dry spells and I didn't want to have sex. It didn't last for very long, but it happens, and you just kind of get through it and you come back to one
Mm.
another. Because it's more to the relationship than sex, but I don't want just a sexual relationship. I want a relationship with sex in it. But there's going to be times where you're not going to be in the mood to do that for an extended period of time. Sometimes, you know.
But in those dry spells, is that when the cheating usually happens?
Probably.
Have sex
Cheating can
on a
happen
job. Say
anytime,
that
right?
again. I'm sorry. I was reading the
I
comment.
said I said when the dry spell happens, is that when sometimes people usually step out?
I have never stepped out on a partner.
You don't have to be in a dry spell for people to step out.
Right, right. That's gonna say
Right.
probably, but does it happen? It can happen at any time. It hasn't been a dry spell. But the
Yeah.
thing with dry spells, as Kim's related, are gonna happen. but both people or want to both people have to be understanding of the dry spell, and then both people have to also be willing to be brought out of the dry spell and to bring the other one out of the dry spell rather than sitting, yeah, all right, you the dry spell, all right, well, or stepping out, or just continue, just allowing it to fester, because like everything gets boring if you keep doing this shit all the time. Eddie Murphy made a joke, what, 40 years ago, about eating the same Ritz cracker all the time. Like, shit, you gotta put something on it. But then if you don't put none on it, don't have it for a while, when you eat it again, that shit is like, damn, why haven't I been eating Ritz crackers? So it just gotta, know that, like the Kimsu said, there's gonna be a dry spell, and just don't let that dry spell turn into a continuum.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm,
I mean,
mm.
I agree. You know, dry spells. What is that?
Yo, who is no holds backs?
Yo. Crazy.
Natalie Park.
Now,
Battery Park is funny. You had the red lights with the wood stuff now. I know what
Right,
you're talking about. I know
right.
exactly.
so so no holds back was talking about her first time is anal in the rain in Battery Park.
Interesting. That'll, if you got a dry spot, that will take you out of it.
The
For
thing
real.
about anal is the size of the penis matters.
No, it don't.
It
No. I'm gonna tell you why it don't matter.
Exactly.
When I was in my no, when I was
You
in
got look, we
my
got to bring
mid 20s, I dated this guy who had the littlest penis ever. And but he was, and I kid you guys not, and I wasn't as experienced, but he was a really good lover. And he did made
uh she's going in and out.
You breaking up. We don't hear you.
me
Breaking up.
feel
All we
he
see
knew
is,
he
oh,
knew
you
how
heard.
to move. Is that better now?
Yeah.
Okay. He he knew how to maneuver my body. He was very good at what he did. He was very sensual. I think that plays a major role too. It's not just pound, 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 pound. Like you got to be sensual and really know how to explore a woman's body. She'll forget you got a little dingling because it's about how you make me feel, not because I've had men with very very big penises who had no clue what the hell they were doing, and they just
But what does
they
that have to do with anal? Like what we were talking about anal.
oh wait
No,
anal.
you. I think
Oh,
you.
you
I
said the
think.
size matter for anal. Oh, I must have missed that part. Yeah, you got to
Oh,
have a little one to
okay.
be up in my butt. I'm sorry, but I don't want that. I don't do that. No, sorry, I missed that part of the question. No, this
Oh,
is an exit, not an entrance. You're not putting that in there. Um, but I think if I did, I mean, I have done it. It's not something I am into now. But you can't have a big old thing putting it back there. No, I don't want to be walking down the block shitting. No, no, no.
well,
No, it
well,
has to be very not very small, but average. You know what I mean? Like, cause that's a lot of that's a small hole. And I know it expands, but no, no, Anthea, no, no, not for me. Mm-mm.
well. Thank you for clarifying that.
Sorry.
But the conversation of did come up in the comment section, and so that we do have a couple of comments. Monique says she has hemorrhoids, so no anal for her.
Ooh,
Oh my
I'm with you,
god.
girl.
That just sounds like geriatric sex right now.
I know.
I have anal. I have hemorrhoids, no anal for me. Oh,
Um.
she
Yeah.
not trying to need adult. I'm trying to tell you, no, absolutely not.
The
Mm-mm.
Quiet Storm say that's when little dicks matter, and it's true.
When does with anal?
Yes.
Men, I don't. What is yeah? Can we, okay, real quick. What is the fascination with anal at this point, gentlemen? Can y'all please tell me? Because
I'm not the person
I
to
get
ask.
asked all the damn time, and
Ask
I be
her.
like,
I'm not the person to ask.
"Oh, y'all don't do anal."
Ask her.
I prefer they.
She
That's one
took
of
all the
those things.
questions.
The woman, she'd have to want to do it because I'm just like, I like the softness, of the regular entrance.
I have asked men what is the fascination, and the answer that I got is because it's really
It's
tight.
tighter. Yeah,
It's
that's
tighter. But yeah, no. Like my unicorn, he always wanted to do that. I was like, "You're not putting that thing in my butt." No, absolutely not. No. Stop laughing at me.
Yeah,
No,
but
yeah,
JJ could
no.
get tight too, with the clink clink and
Right.
all of that. So I was good with
Just
that.
do some Kegel exercises. You'll get as tight as
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
That's
You'll get
all.
the tightness. You'll still get the tightness, but you're not putting it back there. No, sir. Absolutely not.
The other thing that I've in research for this show, the other thing that's a big topic now outside of golden showers is tossing salad, and men apparently likes that,
Like it done or like to do it?
like it done to them.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm not looking at your butt.
isn't it called
Yeah.
rimming or something? Is that what it's called?
Women tossing salad, batty wash.
Oh.
You see, our men are quiet. You see, they have their
They
nonverbal
like, nah, I'm good. They like, nah, I'm
hilarious.
good.
Me and Park is like, I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
this game right
I
now. Yeah.
must be more prudish than I thought I was. It's like I've been down for all that stuff. I'm really not. Seriously. I like hey, we can do different positions. Hey, there's a ton of me with the Kumasatra. So it's like, oh
That's
man,
not
I'm
workshop.
traditionalist in that way.
Okay.
I can't
We
speak
don't
for
go
other
below the
men. You gotta
balls.
ask them.
What'd you say, D?
We don't go below the balls.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. How do y'all introduce your fantasies? And what are some of your fantasies if y'all want to share? I'm curious. What are some of the fantasies y'all got?
Man,
Monique is killing me.
I've had my. I don't have my
You don't have
Right.
any more
no, just do
fantasies?
some. It's
at at
what's a fantasy?
50, 40 at our age. I mean, if you haven't had your fantasy fulfilled, you
Yeah.
haven't been really
Threes,
Everything
focused.
I've ever wanted to do, I've
threesome.
done.
Wait, hold
Yeah,
on. Be Park.
threesome, that was done. Let's see. Sex in public, that was done. Sex on parking garage where people could a plane could see it clearly. Yeah. Offices of
Yeah,
certain
I've done that.
sororities.
So
Yeah.
y'all have
Um,
hit all your fantasies.
You
I
know, how
have.
many do you? How many does
I
a
didn't.
person have?
I'm saying some people
Right.
have a lot.
Nah, no. This is an honest question. Can I
I,
ask a question to the panel?
go ahead.
How many sexual fantasies do y'all have, or
I
have
didn't
y'all
have
had?
many.
Like, no. Like, because fantasy. You have a sexual fantasy and a sexual fantasies. Because she said all of them. It was like, well, damn. How many? How many? How many?
Yeah.
How many? How,
I've only had, well, fantasies. I've had two, and I've already fulfilled those. I wanted to have sex in Central Park, so I did, and I wanted to have sex while someone watched, and so I did with my ex fiance. Yeah.
There are people.
Doesn't your fantasy or fantasies evolve? Like it changes. So when you were younger,
I
you wanted
don't.
to do,
Does it?
when you were younger, you wanted to do something. You
I
fulfilled
don't. I
that, and
think
then you moved on to the next fantasy or something.
yeah. You know what? Unlike what
Not
the
for me.
Logic and friends said, his sexual fantasy is Sade. It would be maybe getting with a particular woman, just getting with a particular woman and stuff. Some were
Well, if
fulfilled,
we talking
some
about
weren't.
that,
So
yeah.
that's the most fantasy. And then,
that's who is
yeah,
your sexual fantasy. It's not what is your sexual. So Sade is your sexual fantasy. Okay.
wasn't that my one his, but no, just getting with a particular person that I know, fantasizing about what you're doing with her. But as far as different positions and stuff like that, most of them pretty much did most of them.
Okay. D Parks is like, I've been there, done that. D Parks, when was your checklist completed? I want to know what age was that
When?
checklist completed? Yes.
When?
What age
What age was my checklist completed?
of those of your fantasies? I'm not saying you had it. You may not have. You may have only had one or two.
Uh, Probably in my 40s.
Okay. What was the how old were you and what was it? I'm curious now. I'm getting in your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't ask, don't tell. I don't, like what happens in my bedroom stays in my bedroom.
All right.
Other than what I've said, which can happen anywhere, Central Park, Battery Park,
Okay. Okay.
but the
Okay.
frosted bathroom at Bar 88
As
on
long as it's not on the subway, we good.
Mulberry. Um, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm
All right.
not.
All right. All right. All right.
But they were happy though.
They were happy. All
Mm.
right. All right. Anthea, any other questions? We're almost done. Interesting.
Yes, we are. I think we've actually
Yeah, I saw
asked.
the credits rolling.
I know. Right? I think we actually asked some good
Right?
questions. Yeah.
That's what happens. We'll continue this conversation in the after party where we can really get into it. Ram is not going to be there, but I hope to see everybody else.
And don't
Yeah,
Ram,
I wish I could.
thank
Oh
I,
my God.
I did. I recorded a video with someone else today. Didn't get much sleep. I'm about to fall out. I'm
All
really tired.
right.
Oh,
All right.
it
Well,
was
no
thank
good seeing you
fantasies
again.
fulfilling tonight, huh, Ron?
Huh?
No fantasies fulfilling tonight, huh, Ron?
Well, I'm just fantasizing about the bed right now.
you.
That's
All
it.
right. I
That
understand.
is it.
Thank you, everybody. See you guys in the after party. Thank you, Dee. Thank you,
And
Kim Sue.
could I
Go ahead.
just shout out? Don't forget our singles meetup tomorrow at the Sugar Bar in Manhattan. Come on out, see the Stacked After Hours crew, meet
And we
some
are
single people.
off next week. We are doing an after party with a special curated after party with Attica. So y'all can join that. That'll be in the information this week, and we're doing a different subject. It's not necessarily a
Oh yeah, I heard
relationship.
about
It's more about protection. I feel like it's a little political, but we'll talk about it more. So see y'all in the after party. Have a great weekend. Come tomorrow at the Sugar Bar. We'll be there around 8 o'clock.
that. All right.
Celebrating Aries. All
That's
right,
at
y'all.
7:38.
And Pisces too. We still
And
on.
Pisces too. Yes, Pisces.
We don't stop.
Oh, all right. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody.
Good
Peace and
night.
blessings, y'all.
Join Stacked After Hours, The Spot, where grown men and women gather to have candid, also honest discussions about the state of life, love, and more. The Spot is a hybrid of in-person and weekly virtual gatherings. Join our Facebook group and answer our daily questions. Subscribe to our YouTube for our weekly live talk shows and join us on Zoom for our talk show after parties for lively conversations with other opinionated, grown, and sexy professionals. Just search, like, follow, and subscribe to Stack After Hours on Facebook groups and YouTube. Also like and follow our brand pages at Be Stacked Wellness on Facebook and IG. So wherever you are, at home or abroad, pull out your laptop, tablet, or smartphone and join in the conversation with the members of Stacked After Hours. The Spot by Be Stacked Wellness. See you there.
As you know, and if you are new to the Stacked family, we always keep our conversations lit and enlightening.